Hey guys, what's up and how are you all doing? So in today's video, as you probably saw by the title, I'm going to be testing out a bunch of AOA makeup. And if you did not already know, AOA is basically like a dollar store, but in my personal opinion, a better version. Also, there will be a few products like foundation that I will not be able to put onto my face just because my face is super sensitive and I really don't want it to break out. If you all enjoyed this video, then please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and make sure to also hit the subscribe button down below. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So I have my AOA mirror. And then over here, I just have all of the makeup products, but I will not be able to use every single product. For example, like the lashes and also the blush because there's like multiples. We are going to start right off with primer. So for the primer, I actually have two different kinds. This first one being this Wonder Skin Poreless Primer in this like clear version. And then for the second primer, this is another Wonder Skin primer, but this time it is a illuminating kind. And this one actually has like a color to it. And then I also have some nice AOA little sponges. So this is the Paw Paw Edition Wonder Blender. And these are so super soft. I'm just going to be using this one because I've only used it a couple times. This is just a super gorgeous pink color, and again, these are incredibly soft and squishy. But for today's video, I'm going to be using this clear one. Okay, so I just applied the primer, but obviously you can't see it since it is clear. But basically this primer is super cooling and it just has a super relaxing feel. And I also feel like if you applied this in the morning, you would definitely feel more woken up. Overall for this AOA primer, I would say that it was a success. Next up, we have the Sanse Flawless Smooth Finish Liquid Foundation. So basically, when I was looking on the AOA website, I saw this and it looks much lighter in the picture. So if you're wondering why I got a darker shade than my actual skin tone, then that is basically why. So I'm just going to be putting some of this onto my hand. Oh shoot, I got it in my hair. After blending the foundation out onto my hand, I've definitely come to the conclusion that it actually matches my skin tone pretty well, which would also mean that if you got a shade that didn't quite match you exactly as it should, then you could just easily blend it out with a sponge and it would pretty much match you. Obviously, it isn't exact though. This foundation though also has a very cooling kind of feeling to it, just like the primer. Overall, this foundation was a success and I would really recommend it, especially if you were looking for a light coverage foundation, because I would definitely say that this is a light coverage more than a fuller coverage. I next have two different concealers. So this first one is in more of a like bottle formation, and this is the AOA Wonder Cover Concealer. And then the second one is this Santé Concealer, and it says that it is super smooth, but unfortunately I have to test these out on my hands just because I've used these before and they did both break me out. I would not say though that that is the brand's fault because again, my skin is very sensitive, so that's like a me problem. Okay, so the one up here is from the liquid bottle and the one down here is from the kind of lipstick bottle. Okay, so I would say that the liquid concealer actually is not very liquidy at all. For some reason when I applied it, it reminded me of which I have no idea why, but it did. And then for the lipstick concealer, I actually ended up underestimating it because it actually works pretty well. Overall though, I feel like they could both be more kind of liquidy. And also I personally do not like the smell of either one of them. So maybe I would go with a Maybelline concealer if you had some extra dollars to spend, because again, these are only $1 each and the Maybelline ones are definitely more expensive. So if you had the option to get a different concealer, I would definitely take that option. But if you did not, then I would say that these concealers are okay, but they're not amazing. I would say that this was a fail and also a success at the same time. Then for eyeshadow, I actually have 3 different kind of mini palettes here. So I have this Starry Boutique Colors one, I have this Giove USA palette, and then I also have this Amuse Cosmetics eyeshadow palette in these like little mini colors. I think for today though, I'm just going to be going with this Amuse one because it has a bunch of neutral tones, and I actually want to go in with like probably this sparkly color right here, just a very basic one color eyeshadow look because I'm not very good at makeup like at all. I also have these 3 makeup brushes right here from AOA, but as you guys can see, none of them are really meant for eyeshadow, so I will be using this Wet n Wild one instead. Okay, so I would actually say that this eyeshadow palette applied super smoothly, and it actually is a super gorgeous shade. I personally though do not think that eyeshadow looks good on me, but again, that is a me problem and it doesn't involve the brand at all. So I would definitely give this eyeshadow palette a thumbs up because it was a success in my own opinion. Now I have these 2 AOA mascaras. So I have this Amuse Cosmetics mascara, and this is a waterproof version, and then I also have this AOA Skinny mascara, and this I think is meant for bottom lashes. I will though be applying these off camera because it's just a lot easier for me to focus that way so that I do not poke my eyeballs out. I personally think that the mascara doesn't really show up that well, and I even used the Skinny mascara tube on my bottom lashes, but you can barely tell that they're there. So overall, I would actually not recommend these mascaras. I feel like you could do much better for just a few more dollars. And I also feel like this particular mascara did absolutely nothing to my lashes. Like, it didn't lengthen them, it didn't give them any more volume, and it also didn't blacken them. So I just really don't like this mascara. Moving on, I have this Santé Mineral Pressed Galaxy Powder, which I'm pretty sure this is a mix of a bronzer and a contour together. This has a super strong like baby powder scent to it. I don't know, I don't really like it, but I guess if you're into baby powder, I would recommend it for the scent. And I think I'm just gonna use this Urban Studio brush, which actually is like extremely pretty. It's a super pretty color. And this is a buffing brush, and the number is 257. I don't know if it's just me, but I actually do feel like this did do something to my cheekbones, and I feel like it defined them more, which is exactly what a contour and a bronzer is supposed to do, I think. Also, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have a shade name on it, so I can't tell you all what color I got this in. Overall though, I would definitely recommend this contour slash bronzer slash galaxy powder. Next, I'm going to be applying blush, and I actually have 5 different kinds. So the first one I have here is this Starry blush, which is like a really pretty pink color. And then I have this Malibu Glitz one, which is like literally a rosy color. It literally has like roses on it. And then I also have this AOA one, and then I also have this Santé stick version one, as well as this Amuse Cosmetics palette with 4 different shades. And can you all believe that this 4 different shaded palette was only $1? Anyways, I feel like going with a peachy shade, so I'm going to be going in with this AOA Perfect Blush, and I don't think it actually has a shade. Oh, it actually does. The shade is Wispy, and the number is 262. And I'm going to be using this AOA brush because it looks like it would be pretty good for blush. I honestly don't really know if the blush really shows up that much, but yeah, I think it's still pretty on the actual palette. I mean, I do see like a little shade of peach, so I guess if you want a super natural looking blush, then I would definitely give this a thumbs up and I would recommend it. But if you were into something a little bit more bold and definitely more colorful, then I would not. Then for highlighter, I actually have 3 different kinds here. So starting off with this first one, this is the Halo highlighter in the shade Sunstone, which is just like a super gorgeous color. I then have this AOA Studio Velour highlighter, which I'm pretty sure this is like the ColourPop highlighter where it's kind of like a jelly texture, and this is in the shade Lucky. And then lastly, I have this Illuminating Drops highlighter, and this is like a Glow Baby version kind, and the shade is Afterglow. For today, I think I'm actually just going to be using this Halo highlighter. And then I have this brush, and I thought it was just perfect for applying like nose highlighter. And then I'll also, for like the cheekbone highlighter areas, I'm just going to be using my hand. And here are all the details for the brush. Okay, wow, this highlighter actually really pops, and it looks super pretty in the sunlight. Especially for just and only $1 single dollar, I would definitely give this highlighter a huge thumbs up, and I would definitely recommend it. Then for lip products, I actually have 3 different kinds, and they're like actually different kinds. So I have this lipstick in the shade Bliss. I have this sugar scrub. It is in the flavor Rose. And yeah, it's just a lip scrub, and I'm honestly too lazy to use this, and also my lips aren't really that dry, so I don't really think I need to even use it. And then I have this liquid lipstick, and if you all know me, you will know that I do not like liquid lipsticks whatsoever, so I will definitely not be using this one. So I think I would just be using this nude lipstick instead. Okay, so now that I have it on, I can definitely tell that this is more pink than it appears in the lipstick bottle. I do, however, love how natural looking it is, and it is also super matte. So if you love matte lipsticks that are super natural, then this Bliss shade would definitely be for you. So I would say that this lipstick is definitely a huge success, and I would definitely recommend it. And then unfortunately for this makeup setting mist, I actually will not be able to apply it because it did break me out when I used it once. But again, that is probably my own fault because I just have really sensitive skin. So unfortunately, I will not be able to use this. And that is basically going to be it for this testing out $1 AOA makeup products video. Again, if you all enjoyed it, then please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and make sure to also follow my Instagram, which will be right here and will also be in the description box down below. Again, this is the finished product. It is very natural, and I was not able to use a ton of products because my skin is so sensitive. So I really hope that you all will not hate me for that. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. Bye guys, love you guys so much, peace out.